Right, so it is currently winter time here in England and it is bloody freezing cold, and perfect time of the year really to buy a couple of convertible sports cars. Right then, this is random, isn't it? A couple of Mercedes SLs. Now, I can't say that I've ever had one of these before, and ironically, I'm a big fan of them. I love this era of car. I've obviously got the E46 M3 just in the corner over there. I've got a video update coming on that soon as well, by the way. But this is the same era as the M3. This one's an 03 car, and that one's a 54. Obviously, it's got the private reg on it. Now, visually, obvious difference between these two cars is that one's black with red leather, and that one's obviously like a champagne colour with similar coloured leather. That's got the multi-spoke, sort of almost like Alpina looking alloy wheels. This one's got the three-piece split rims, which I absolutely love. They do need a little refurb, but they're a good looking set of wheels. Underneath, also it's got black leather. Sorry, this has got red leather interior. Check out the interior of this car, man. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that inside. Whereas that one, let's go for a little wander over here quick. Let's put that board back on the roof of that car actually. That one, it is still nice inside. Definitely in theme with the time of the car was released. But personally, yeah, that looks amazing, doesn't it? So, yeah, but there is another huge difference between these two cars. So this one is a 5 litre V8 naturally aspirated Sl55, which is like a high-end car, big engine, lots of power, 300 bhp to be precise, there or thereabouts. This one here is also a V8, but that's a 5.4 litre V8 supercharged, hence the compressor badge on the side, which that's also got, but I think someone's bolted that onto the side to make it look like, let me just ignore that call, to make it look like an Sl55. So that's not actually an Sl55, it's kind of like, someone's made it look like one. But yeah, under the bonnet, that is a 5.4 litre V8 supercharged, and that's 300 brake. That car there is closer to 500 bhp, so there's an obvious difference in power. It's freezing cold, by the way. I know I mentioned that already, and yeah, the sun's going down. It's just gone past midday. A little bit annoying, but forget about that. So back end, the rear lights on this one, it's got like a darker tint through the back lights there. Quad exhaust, nicely subtly sort of tucked underneath the rear bumper there, with like a mesh grille at the bottom of the bumper there. Come over to this one. It's apparently got an Sl55 exhaust system on this car, with a K&N intake, but slightly different shaped rear bumper, doesn't have the mesh grille at the bottom. The lights on these ones are fully red, they don't have the dark strip in the middle, and that's it. Again, someone's cheekily put an AMG badge on the back, which it's not an AMG, but to be honest with you, out of the two, like, don't get me wrong, the 55 is a beautiful looking car. That black car, if I was buying a car, that would be the combo, like for myself I mean, that would be the combo that I'd be going for. Black, red leather, silver dash inserts, but I would probably want that engine under the bonnet. But obviously I bought these cars to sell, so they're going straight up for sale, but I thought I need to get them on my channel. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out for a little drive in this one, and then after that I'll show you what that one drives like, alright? So let's get out on the road in this first. It's freezing. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of the cold at all, but I am a fan of this red interior. I love a car with red interior, do you know that? Red leather interior for me is like a winning thing. Now don't get me wrong, that one does look really nice, but it looks next level in it. Even like the seat belts are red, the seatbelt like buckles are red, bits of the dash are red. It's a seriously high quality interior. I just said that, and yeah, that couldn't have happened at a better time. Apart from the start-stop button that just fell off of the gear stick. Let's reinstall start-stop button. Yeah, very high quality car, Calv. Yeah, good one. Yeah. Do you know what? I'll give up. I'll get someone else to sort that out. But yeah, seriously high quality interior. Bar the start-stop button, which is on the gear stick there. No idea why it's even there, because it doesn't need to be there. It doesn't actually need to be there, but it's a nice touch. So just turn my phone off, make sure that's on silent because people will interrupt us. Definitely recording. Let's get out on the road, yeah? Sl55, so obviously it's a 5 litre V8, 300 bhp. Apparently they weigh about 2 tons. Like, surely they don't weigh that much. That's a lot of weight, isn't it? But they do feel like a heavy car. This car's done 81,000 miles. The other one's done 90,000. Oh my god, there's another SL there. What are the chances of that? That looked like the smaller one, maybe an Sl350. That's like the lower range one. The reason why I say that is because it's got the smaller wheels in it. Could be completely wrong. Still a nice looking car, and I think that's a good point really, because between all of the models, all of the SLs, they made subtle changes, and I suppose they do that with all cars. They make subtle changes, but they all look bloody good, don't they? Now this car, when I put the roof up on it, well, both of them to be fair, when I put the roof up on this car just now and I stood back and looked at it, it just looks so good with the roof up. So it's got a solid roof, obviously, they've all got solid roofs. They also have a glass roof as well with a blind that looks, that's quite a nice touch, but I tend to just leave that open. That's probably part of the reason why it's a heavy car. It's got a solid metal convertible roof with all the sort of gears and gubbins behind you here. Bit of give at the back end. It is obviously a quick car, but there's kind of a tipping point with power delivery. And when I say that, two-wheel drive cars the wheels will spin. It does kick out a little bit, and this car being rear-wheel drive, 300 bhp, it's trying to spin the rear wheels. Even with damp roads today, it's just not quite managing it. It is, and it will if you sort of started from a standing start and put your foot down flat to the floor. It would definitely light up the rear end, but it's not sort of overwhelmingly quick or overwhelmingly scary. And that tipping point, and that's why I keep using the word tipping point, is created by extra power. And when you've got a little bit more power, the wheels then begin to give way, yeah? Obvious stuff. And I think now's probably the best time to introduce you to the Sl55. Right, Sl55 Amg. This car is so much more lively than the other car, and this is exactly what that AMG badge is all about. Loads more power. So the difference in engine size is just 400 cc's. Obviously we've got a supercharger. It's ridiculous, this car, man. Obviously we've got a supercharger, we've got nearly 200 bhp more under the bonnet of this car. When you get in this car, obviously, like, preference for me, I like the other interior better, but this is all very much in theme on the year that these SLs come out, or that sort of era of time. There's a lot of Alcantara in here. I don't know if that was a spec option. We've got like these columns are Alcantara, the whole roof and the sun visor, everything is all Alcantara in here. Very high quality finish inside. I was saying earlier about the tipping point with power, the tipping point to where a car then starts to, or the wheels start to give way, and this is beyond that tipping point. So the SL500, it, like I said, it does try and spin the rear wheels. This car is a disaster. Trust me, it's a nightmare. It's very long, like the gears are really long, and it takes a bit of it's not a fiery power. If anything, I would say it probably could do with like a sports button, a bit like what the E46 M3s have got, just to give it a bit more of a bit more throttle response maybe. But forget about that. It is a bloody quick car, and for the period of time that this car came out, for it to have this much power and come out of the factory in stock form with close to 500 brake, it's not normal, man. It's not bloody normal. And I've kind of, I wouldn't say bonded with this car, but I've been driving it for the last few days, because I'll tell you the story about how these two cars come in actually. The 500 come in as a part exchange, and when the guy rang up, said, I've got a part exchange, I want to sell my SL500, and he wanted to buy the C43, so part exchange is SL in for the C43, and when he sent pictures of that SL, I was excited about it. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, look at that car, that is me all over. And then I started looking at SL55s. I thought, I want an SL55. I'd love to get my hands on one of them, but I won't go out of my way and buy one. I'll see if one comes our way. And literally by pure abnormal coincidence, the following day, my brother Leon rings me up from our shop at Poplars, and he says, Cal, if you never guess what I've been offered, an Sl55 Amg. I was like, you're joking. It's done, like I say, nearly 90,000 miles, 89,800. And yes, it's a nice car, so we end up buying this as well. Now let's talk about values quickly. This car currently, I don't know what they were new, I don't know what the difference in values were new. Right now this car's value is about £12,000. The 500, the value of that right now is about £8,000. They've both done similar mileage, and you can see they offer a similar amount of quality, drivability, fun, attraction. They offer very similar things. The question is an SL55 worth all that more money? Because it's a lot more money, isn't it? As far as percentages are concerned, especially, that's a lot more money, man. My answer to that question is, I personally, as much as when I stand back and look at that SL500, I think it's an amazing car. I do think it offers unbelievably good value for money. Like, that kind of car for that kind of money, what a thing to have parked in your driveway. But after driving this car, this is an absolute beast. And again, I think this is also very good value for money, but it does mean that if you want to go for an SL55, you've got to park with more money. Now, I'm not going to drive like too much of an idiot in this video, because like I say, this video, I mean, the roads are damp, but it's so hard to give you an idea what this car delivers power like through a video. But I've had people ask me, Calvin, can you do a race with the SL55 and one of your E46 M3s? And I'm like, I haven't responded to anyone, because I'm just thinking, I'm looking at their messages, I'm thinking, guys, seriously, man, this SL55, look at that, is a different league of power to an E46 M3. They're both similar era, both same type of car. They're probably both compared when they come out. This is much quicker than a E46 M3. I don't like it better than I like an E46 M3 personally, but I am seriously impressed with this car. Today's video is just about introducing you to these two cars. I'm kind of fighting against daylight in a minute. I think I'm going to just wrap this video up, because I'm kind of just looking around, keep thinking of more to talk about. There's so much to be said for these two cars. Do I rate an SL500? 100%. Everything in life is priced accordingly. I say that all the time. Value for money is everything. An SL500 is a great car for the money, and I also think that an SL55 is a great car for the money. They do also offer, well, there is also the option to buy an Sl55 Amg. That's a V12, I think it's a bi-turbo. That is a different league of car. I'd love to get in drive seat one of them, see what it's like. No idea, can't even comment on what they're like, but that must be next level, man. This car is savage. The 65 must be a joke. So yeah, I'm going to end it here. Hope you liked the video. If you did like the video, if you've got anything to say about these cars, don't forget to comment below, man. Ask me some questions, don't be shy. Let me know your thoughts on them. And yeah, I'm going to end it there, alright? If you like the video, hit like. If you're new, hit subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video, alright? Bye. In the next episode of Calvin's Car Diary, do you know what? I actually filmed the first half of this video a couple of months ago. I bought a Golf GTD, and as you can see, the wheels need refurbing. I finally got them done, and I filmed the second half of the video. That'll be live on Sunday at 6 o'clock. I'll see you then.